Morning arrives quietly in the Berkshires, where fog drifts between tall trees and old homes seem to breathe with history. Tucked into this calm landscape stands the estate of Dorinda Medley, a place that reflects more than comfort or status. It reflects endurance. Far from flashing lights and television drama, this home tells a story of tradition, personal strength, and a woman choosing peace over noise. Every path, every room feels intentional, shaped by years of love, loss, and reinvention. To understand the soul of this estate, we first need to step back and revisit the life that shaped the woman who calls it home. Every strong story begins at home, and for Dorinda Medley, that home was Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Born Dorinda Sincala on December 13, 1964, she grew up surrounded by small-town values, close family ties, and a quiet resilience shaped by her parents, Diane and John Sincala. Long before television cameras entered her life, Dorinda learned the importance of discipline, independence, and speaking her mind, traits that would later define her public persona. After graduating from Franklin and Marshall College in 1986, Dorinda headed straight for Manhattan, stepping into the fast-paced world of fashion at Liz Claiborne. It was a formative chapter, one that taught her structure, professionalism, and how to survive in competitive environments. But Dorinda was never someone who stayed still for long. When opportunity called from across the Atlantic, she answered. London became the next turning point. There, Dorinda founded DCL Cashmere, a luxury brand that quickly earned international recognition. Her designs reached elite clients, including Princess Diana and actress Joan Collins, a rare achievement for an American entrepreneur abroad. This wasn't luck. It was the result of instinct, taste, and an ability to move confidently in unfamiliar spaces. A decade later, with her business success firmly established, Dorinda returned to New York City carrying global experience and a stronger sense of self. Her introduction to reality television came gradually. In 2010, she appeared as a friend of the cast on The Real Housewives of New York City, connecting naturally with personalities like Luann de Lesseps and Ramona Singer. By 2015, Dorinda officially joined the main cast in Season 7, and quickly became one of the show's most memorable figures. Honest, emotional, sharp-tongued, but deeply loyal, she resonated with audiences because she felt real. Yet, behind the scenes, life was far from easy. By 2020, personal pressures had reached a breaking point. Dorinda later revealed that she was navigating grief, physical injuries, relationship changes, and overwhelming stress, all while filming. Her departure from the show was painful, but it marked an important reset. Instead of retreating, Dorinda recalibrated. She returned stronger through projects like The Real Housewives, Ultimate Girls Trip, appearances on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, and competition shows including The Traitors and Celebrity Weakest Link. Win or lose, Dorinda remained visible, relevant, and unmistakably herself. By 2026, she was actively developing new projects, including a potential Bravo spin-off centered on Blue Stone Manor, proof that reinvention is not an ending, but a skill. And that brings us back to where her strength feels most grounded. Because to truly understand Dorinda Medley today, we need to step inside the place that holds her history, her healing, and her sense of control, the Berkshires estate she calls home. Step through the gates of Blue Stone Manor and the outside world immediately fades. Perched on a quiet hill in Great Barrington, this historic estate isn't trying to impress anyone. It simply stands its ground. Built in 1902 in classic Tudor style, the home carries the weight of the Gilded Age with confidence. At roughly 11,000 square feet, it feels grand without being cold, stately without being stiff. And for Dorinda Medley, this isn't just a house, it's destiny fulfilled. Dorinda's connection to Blue Stone Manor runs deep. Her great-grandfather, an Italian immigrant builder, helped construct the home alongside her grandfather. As a child growing up nearby, she admired it from a distance, never knowing it would one day be hers. In 2005, her late husband Richard Medley turned that childhood dream into reality, purchasing the estate as a pre-wedding gift. After his passing in 2011, the manor became something more than beautiful. It became a place of healing, reinvention, and emotional grounding for Dorinda and her daughter Hannah. The renovation was total and unapologetic. Dorinda often jokes that not a single blue stone was spared. Working closely with her friend and interior designer Marshall Watson, she respected the home's old soul while giving it a bold, personal voice. The entrance sets the tone immediately. A massive fireplace commands attention, not for show, but for warmth, both literal and emotional. "How big is it?" Dorinda laughs. "Big enough to welcome everyone, and remind them whose house this is." Inside, the manor feels layered and lived in. The living room blends elegance with whimsy, highlighted by Dorinda's favorite accent, a jewel-encrusted stuffed peacock that feels eccentric in the best way. The library might be the most surprising room of all. Colorful, cozy, and full of personality, it's decorated with Christmas trees year-round because joy doesn't follow a calendar here. Behind a wooden door sits a secret bar, hidden in plain sight, proof that this house always has a sense of humor. Then there's the kitchen, the true heart of Blue Stone Manor. Dorinda proudly calls it a real kitchen, where life happens naturally. Designed with a playful Beauty and the Beast inspiration, it's where conversations stretch late into the night and memories are made without effort. Bedrooms come later, because at this house, connection comes first. Upstairs, Dorinda's bedroom feels intimate and confident. Warm red walls, a strong headboard, and a mustard yellow sofa create a space that's bold but comforting. She still keeps the famous manor rules nearby, simple reminders like keep your manor clean. Less about control, more about respect for the space and the life lived inside it. Outside, the estate opens into an entirely different world. The 18-acre property was once bare land. Today, it's fully imagined. Lush gardens, winding paths, a hedge maze, and a pool that feels like a private escape from reality. Standing there, it's easy to understand why Blue Stone Manor became legendary on the Real Housewives of New York City. Drama may have passed through, but what remains is permanence. Blue Stone Manor is tradition, strength, and survival built in stone. And just as this house reflects Dorinda's journey on foot, her next chapter tells that same story on wheels, because every strong woman has a way she chooses to move forward. Let's take a look at Dorinda Medley's cars. For Dorinda Medley, cars are not statements of excess. They are tools of comfort, control, and reliability, much like the life she has built beyond the spotlight. Her Lexus GX fits naturally into her Berkshires lifestyle. It's practical, sturdy, and confident without being loud. Whether navigating winding country roads, uneven driveways, or snowy New England winters, the GX offers a sense of security and steadiness. It reflects Dorinda's preference for things that work well, last long, and don't need constant attention. In contrast, her Mercedes-Benz S-Class represents refinement and calm authority. Smooth, quiet, and elegant, it's the kind of car designed for long conversations and thoughtful moments rather than speed. This is a vehicle chosen for comfort, presence, and composure, qualities Dorinda values as much as luxury. Together, these cars mirror two sides of her life: grounded country living and polished city confidence. And just like her homes and choices, they tell a story of balance, one that naturally leads us to the question of how she built the financial foundation to sustain it all. At 62, Dorinda Medley stands as a woman whose financial life was shaped long before reality television ever entered the picture. With an estimated net worth of over $10 million, her wealth reflects a layered journey. The foundation of Dorinda's financial security traces back to her late husband, Richard Medley, a respected hedge fund manager and former business partner of George Soros. When Richard passed away in 2011, Dorinda inherited the majority of his assets. While exact figures were never made public, This inheritance is widely viewed as the cornerstone of her net worth, providing long-term stability and freedom of choice, rather than pressure to perform. Reality television later became a visible but not dominant income stream. During her time on The Real Housewives of New York City, from 2015 to 2020, Dorinda reportedly earned around $250,000 per season, appearing across 6 seasons before exiting midway through season 12. Additional appearances on Bravo projects such as The Real Housewives, Ultimate Girls Trip, and guest roles on The Real Housewives of New Jersey added to her income, though specific fees were never disclosed. Her participation in The Traitors also came with what she described as a pretty large appearance fee for a streaming series, reinforcing her continued market value in unscripted television, even without exact numbers attached. Beyond television, Dorinda's business credibility remains an important part of her story. Her London-based luxury brand, DCL Cashmere, launched years earlier, dressed high-profile clients including Princess Diana and Joan Collins. While financial details were never shared, the brand's prestige cemented Dorinda's reputation as a woman capable of succeeding in elite, competitive spaces. And with that stability firmly in place, she's been able to focus on something just as important to her legacy: giving back. Let's turn now to Dorinda Medley's philanthropic life. Long before reality TV, philanthropy was already part of her world during her marriage to Richard Medley, when the couple helped raise funds alongside global figures such as Bishop Desmond Tutu, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Madeleine Albright, and Bill and Hillary Clinton. After Richard's passing in 2011, Dorinda didn't step away from that mission. She stepped into it on her own terms. Her approach to charity is hands-on, personal, and often creative. She organizes fundraising events, participates in auctions, and even turns fitness into generosity through her well-known Dorabix classes, where proceeds go directly to charitable causes. One of her most meaningful gestures is opening the doors of Blue Stone Manor, renting the estate and donating portions of the proceeds, transforming a personal sanctuary into a source of support for others. Among the causes closest to her heart is the Ronald McDonald House, particularly its New York branch. Dorinda has raised funds for families with children undergoing medical treatment through events, workouts, and direct donations. She is also a longtime supporter of the Ali Forney Center, helping provide resources for homeless LGBTQ+ youth, an issue she consistently brings attention to. Her charitable reach extends further. Dorinda supports Beauty for Freedom, co-hosting holiday events and silent auctions to fight human trafficking. She also donates to the Gabrielle's Angel Foundation, contributes to Born This Way Foundation, and backs child-focused initiatives like nyloveskids.org. Health and prevention causes, as well as local community groups such as the Lenox Garden Society, reflect her commitment to both global issues and her Massachusetts roots. Dorinda's philanthropy isn't loud or performative. It's steady, consistent, and deeply human, rooted in empathy rather than headlines. And that same sincerity carries over into the most intimate part of her story. To understand Dorinda fully, we now turn to her personal life, the relationships, routines, and private choices that shape who she is beyond the public eye. As of now, Dorinda Medley is living life on her own terms, full, active, and intentionally balanced. A widow since the passing of her second husband Richard Medley in 2011, Dorinda appears single today, not out of hesitation, but by choice. In recent interviews and public moments, she speaks openly about being open to love again someday, while also making it clear that independence, peace, and self-respect now come first. At the center of her personal world is her daughter, Hannah Lynch, from her first marriage to Ralph Lynch. Motherhood remains one of Dorinda's greatest sources of pride. Though Hannah prefers a private life away from social media and cameras, Dorinda often shares subtle, heartfelt moments that reflect a close and grounded bond, less about exposure, more about presence. Dorinda's daily rhythm moves fluidly between New York City and the Berkshires. In the city, she embraces her identity as a real New Yorker, enjoying fashion, energy, and social life. In Massachusetts, life slows down. Mornings are quieter. Nature leads. Blue Stone Manor isn't just a home. It's her anchor. Health and self-care now play a central role in her routine. Dorinda has spoken about embracing wellness in practical, joyful ways. Cold water, soaking, movement, and simple rituals that reset the mind. She brings the same playful discipline that once fueled Dorabix into her everyday life, sharing moments of skincare, exercise, and reflection without turning them into performances. Beach days, long walks, and fresh air are no longer occasional escapes. They're part of the plan. Animals also bring her daily comfort. Her dog, Parsley, is more than a pet. She's family. Dorinda frequently shares affectionate glimpses of Parsley by her side, whether at Blue Stone Manor or on the move. The presence is grounding, gentle, and deeply personal. What stands out most about Dorinda Medley today is clarity. She's not chasing noise, validation, or reinvention for the sake of relevance. Instead, she's curating a life that reflects who she is now, experienced, resilient, and content with growth over speed. Thank you for spending this time with us, for walking through her home, her journey, and her life beyond the spotlight. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Your continued support allows us to keep telling stories that matter.